Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very, very well. Listen, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to going to Greece. I will be flying out tonight, actually. I've got a very early morning flight. It's about 2 or 3 a.m. I'll get into Greece around 6 a.m., I think, on Thursday morning, so that should be fun. But yeah, let's talk about the upcoming Panathinaikos game. What do I think is going to happen? Where are we going as a team? And is there anything that we need to address going into this game that we might not have spoken about before? Who should start as well? And what's Panathinaikos' record like in recent times? So, without further ado, if you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I also want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Omely, it's a free app that you can download. There's a QR code on the screen, so you can scan the QR code or you can click the link in the description. Think of it as an app for football fans to debate with each other. It's literally an app for football fans and football fans only. I'm going to be on there later on, as well as everyone else from Chelsea Fan TV. We will be having many discussions on there. Download the app and let me know what you think. But yeah, I think going into this game, there's a couple of interesting points that I want to address. The first one is the goalkeeping situation. Now, Robert Sanchez has had some fantastic moments in a Chelsea shirt. He's also had some pretty shaky moments as well. Might not necessarily lead to us conceding a goal, but for example, the Liverpool game, we could have easily conceded. There was a moment when he tried passing the ball out and it hit Diego Jota, and Sanchez managed to get the ball straight after, but it could have gone horribly wrong. And it's moments like that that make us doubt the goalkeeper that we see, especially knowing the stability that we had with Petrovic last season. But it seems like we might end up seeing Robert Sanchez in goal against Panathinaikos, because Jorgensen is in doubt for the game with slight injury concerns. But there's more to be addressed on that. I haven't seen Maresca's press conference as of yet. So I'm just waiting to see what he says with regards to that. In terms of defence, I think it's fairly obvious what we're going to see on the flanks. I'd like to see Vega start again. I thought he made a good impact against Liverpool. And then Gusto starting in his correct position. Now, everybody's been slating Gusto, saying how bad he's been this season. The guy is not a left-back, and he played as a left-back against Liverpool and wasn't even that bad. It wasn't his best game, but he wasn't terrible. I don't understand all the slander that we're seeing on Malo Gusto at the moment. For me, he is a player who needs to be more appreciated in this Chelsea side. When you look at what he did when we were playing horrendous football last season at times under Poch, he was one of the better players every single game. So every player is entitled to have a dip. So get off of his back. I'm sure he's going to come back. He's going to feel, he wants to feel the love from the fans. Give the player the confidence he needs, because, listen, he's been a good servant for us so far, and I'm sure for many years to come he'll still be a good player. But yes, there have been moments where Malo Gusto hasn't been at his best, but he's not been as bad as everyone else has been saying. So for me, we need to just hold back the criticism on Malo Gusto. Now, Tosin against Liverpool didn't have a great game at all. Probably the worst player on the pitch, which doesn't surprise me why he got substituted for Badiashile in that game, which shocked everyone. I mean, I didn't think Badiashile was going to come on, but Badiashile came on and was absolutely fantastic. A total breath of fresh air in that centre-back role. He played on the left, so Cole ended up playing on the right-hand side. But Badiashile was well worth bringing on. He passed the ball quickly. He won his duels. He was fantastic against Darwin Núñez. He had Núñez in his pocket practically the whole game. Badiashile deserves to start in this game. The question is, who is he going to start next to? Is it going to be Tosin, who already started the game against Liverpool and was underwhelming, much to my disappointment, because I have been big in tossing up a lot. I think that he's a really good player, but yeah, he just wasn't good against Liverpool, which was disappointing. Or do you give minutes to Disasi, who hasn't had any minutes? It will be a lot more fresh, but there's still doubts as to whether he can play in this system. He lacks pace. I don't think that he suits what Maresca is trying to do, but it is a Conference League game. Does he deserve the minutes? I think he probably will get the minutes. So I can see Badiashile starting alongside Disasi, even though I'd probably still rather see Tosin in that centre-back role. But ultimately, every player deserves a chance, right? And even if you're not at your best, we've seen it with Badiashile. He came off the bench and made a good impact. I'd like to see Disasi play well for us as well, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, in the midfield, this is where things get tasty, because there's been a lot of debates about Enzo Fernandez recently. Obviously, Lavia's come back from injury, and Caicedo's just been a rock throughout the season. He's been fantastic majority of games, right? I would like to see Enzo Fernandez play against Panathinaikos, but I don't want to see him play in the same position that we've seen him playing in the Premier League. Enzo Fernandez is a 6, not an 8. He's a 6, not a 10. We signed Enzo Fernandez as a direct replacement for Jorginho. Jorginho never played in an 8, never played in a 10. Where did Enzo Fernandez play his best football for us? Under Graham Potter, sitting in front of that back line as a dictator, a player who can orchestrate the play in midfield, hit those first-time passes when receiving the ball, has the vision to spread the play, control the tempo of the game. For me, Enzo Fernandez lacks defensively, but he's fantastic on the ball. Let's not take away his best qualities. I believe this is a good game to experiment, actually play. I say experiment. We know Enzo Fernandez will be good in that position, especially on the ball. It's off the ball that's the real concern. But I think that he deserves a chance to shine in his natural position, because that is where we're going to see the best of Enzo Fernandez. So I want to see Enzo Fernandez in the 6, sitting in front of the back line. And I would like to see Dewsbury Hall playing as an 8. I think that Dewsbury Hall has looked better and better with every minute he's played for Chelsea. He had a bit of a patchy start against Barrow, but he grew into that game, got much better as it went on. And I think he had a fantastic game against Ghent as well, arguably the man of the match in that game. This is a player who knows what it's like to play under Maresca. He suits the system perfectly in terms of the position that he's being asked to play. And he's more naturally suited to that number 8 role than Enzo Fernandez is. So I'd like to see them in partnership together. You've got Dewsbury Hall who's going to do the majority of the running, the dirty work, and making runs into the box as well. Not to mention the fact that he can score a goal. And then you've got Fernandez who can sit and do what he does best. The main concern is then, can we deal with counter-attacks? I'm unsure, but I'd like to see it at least. I'd like to see it once. If we can establish that Fernandez is good in that position, then I think we'll see much more of it. If he doesn't play well in that position, then it's really hard to see where he fits into this team, because he's not a versatile player. So you have to play Fernandez as a 6. Nkunku's going to be starting in this game. I think it's very evident that he's going to score. He's scored every other game, hasn't he? So I'm just going to put it out there right now. Nkunku's going to score against Panathinaikos. It might be 1, it might be 2, but he's definitely going to score in this game. It's going to be a really intimidating atmosphere in Athens. The capacity is just under 70,000. I think it's 69. And we're having an away allocation of just over 3,000 Chelsea fans that are going to be travelling to Greece to support Chelsea. So don't let us down, boys. Show us some heart, show us some resilience, because it's going to be a proper intimidating atmosphere. Really, really intimidating. I mean, I haven't watched any of the games, but Greek fans are a bit like Turkish fans, aren't they? They're just mad. But that's why I love going to these games, because we're going to see hopefully a great atmosphere, a safe game as well. I don't want to see. I just want to see the atmosphere, nothing more than that. But again, I'm unsure. I've never been to any of these Greek games. If you are a Greek fan and you live in Athens, maybe you know more than I do. Leave a comment down below. We're also going to see Mudryk start this game, I think, alongside Neto on the right-hand side. Mudryk was rested against Liverpool. I'm unsure as to why. I don't know why he was rested. I think he certainly deserves some minutes. He scored a goal against Ukraine. He's improving under Enzo Maresca. Nobody can doubt that. And yeah, very, very interesting to see if he can actually be a player to really take this game by the scruff of the neck. Because when you've got 60,000 fans whistling and booing on the ball, can you keep your composure? Can you be the player to make something happen in this game? I'd love to see Mudryk be that player. And I think the same for Neto as well. But I have a little bit more confidence on that right-hand side. The impact that Neto made against Liverpool was absolutely sensational. He tore Liverpool to shreds when he came on. And look, it was really unlucky that we didn't score, because every attack that we had, it seemed like Neto was the one making it happen. No doubt that he deserves to start in this game. And I would go as far to say if he has another good game against Panathinaikos, I'd like to see him feature in the Premier League. He offers something totally different to Madueke. I would say Neto's the most energetic midfielder we have. And energy is contagious. If you've got one player who's running all over the shop, it encourages other players to put a shift in. So I'd like to see that. And then we're going to see João Felix, aren't we? Because Cole Palmer's not in the squad. I don't know what to expect from him. He's had some good moments. He's had some okay moments. Very early in his Chelsea career to really judge him. But I don't feel like consistency is the first word I would use when I think of João Felix. So I'm hoping that in this competition, he can prove us wrong and just put a run together against, obviously, Panathinaikos. We've got Noah, we've got Shamrock, as well as Astana and Heidenheim. So if João Felix can perform in those games, then he will give me confidence that we can count on him in this competition. But he needs to show it. Yeah, he really needs to show it. It's all good doing a few flicks and a few fancy tricks. It looks nice, but we need to see more from João Felix. I think he's been slightly underwhelming since he's been at the club, but still too early to judge. Let's see how it gets on in Greece. But listen, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. Big up to everyone that's watched for the whole video as well. All the best, and I hope to come back very, very soon.